Welcome into the Ringiverse. We don't have time for all the other stuff.
All the bullshit.
Great. We don't. It's the Midnight Boys. We're at Comic Con. 3, 2, 1. Pew, pew, pew,
pew,
pew. Oh, you guys did it all together. We didn't even have to do the 3, 2, 1. You guys, we are here, and if you notice, we are recording from this beautiful alien Earth space. They allowed us to use this. There's an activation behind us. People are waiting in line, and we're using this space, coming to you guys from Comic Con. But we have a limited amount of time, so we don't have time to get into the tangents and the usual Midnight Boys fare. We're going to get right into what we thought about what we witnessed for the last 4 days.
4 days.
4 days we've been here at Comic-Con. Everybody went to different panels.
Yeah.
We all had a good time.
Right.
Chuck, what was your overall thought of the con?
You know, I think coming into this, people were wondering, you know, not a big DC presence, not a big Marvel presence. But honestly, I had more fun than I had last year. I told somebody the panel that we went to for Alien Earth, the sound system, the pilot, felt like getting punched in the fucking stomach in the best way possible.
It was booming in there.
It was fucking insane.
Yeah.
So I went to the Project Hail Mary panel, Hall H panel. You guys were there.
We were all there. Yeah.
Charles, you were not there. At this
No, I
one.
was in my Weeb era at Crunchyroll party.
Crunchyroll party.
Right.
So I'll say this about the sound. I couldn't take it.
Really?
I think you were sat like right under the speaker.
Yeah, because you're in the press. You're in the press spot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like when we're watching Alien Earth and the whole thing's happening, you can feel it in your chest.
Yeah.
The bass, boom, boom,
Every
boom.
single time the motherfucker was coming, I'm like, oh, all right, guys.
So let's just start with Project Hail Mary. Very anticipated movie coming out next year. Incredibly excited audience in Hall H. I am not as familiar at all with the source material of Project Hail Mary, but I thought the panel was fantastic. I thought the interplay between the panel and the audience was great. You had a really enthusiastic group. There's something going on with Drew Goddard's voice.
Dude,
but-
he needed a cough drop. But it's been a long
just a
weekend.
little lozenge, just right there.
But if you're looking for a movie that's a high concept film coming out next year to really, it's like stoke people's curiosity and get people excited about the filmmaking of the film and the background of the film, the panel was fantastic for that.
It was a great time. They did a thing where they showed 3 clips, and every time they showed a clip, we had to yell Shabadoo, right? It was like this weird little bit. But the movie's not coming out until March of next year, and they had a ton to show.
Yeah.
They showed us like the first 5 minutes. They showed us a scene of an alien coming through, and they showed us
fantastic scene.
fantastic scene. Yeah. And I think the best scene they showed was the second one, which was the interplay between Ryan Gosling as a scientist and all the other folks that were watching him do the science. And it's just classic Phil Lord and Christopher Miller comedy that I honestly enjoyed. I cannot wait to watch this movie. And like you, I had no idea what this was after this panel. Not only am I excited for the movie, I might go and read the book. You know what I mean? I might as well just do the whole thing. I was really, really entertained by what I saw.
Having read the book and seeing these things come to life, like a lot of scenes, like while not exactly one for one, they've captured the essence of like certain aspects of these characters. And I'm really impressed at how well Lord and Miller are like trying to recreate that vibe. And they have a really good ethos pretty much for the movie. Is like, we're not going to be making changes to this story because it makes it easier for us. We're taking on the difficulties of this project and the source material because it's what makes it interesting. And I think that's a really good way to look about doing a project. And it's kind of what everybody is going to be so excited about.
Alien Earth panel. Who went to that one?
Yo, all 3 of us did.
Okay, I wasn't there. Chuck?
As someone who is like a big fan of aliens, but like is not steeped in that world, I did not know what I was expecting. But after I left that panel, I think Alien Earth has the chance to be like a top 5 TV show of the year. I was super, super impressed.
Are you pandering?
No, like I actually like.
I know we're in the space right now.
No. Like I'm not joking you. I was not really expecting where they went with the story. Like they're going off from the Prometheus fucking canon.
I like Prometheus.
They're doing their own thing.
What's the premise of the show?
So if I recall correctly, it's just 10 years before Alien.
Yes.
Right? And so they've built like I think, and they talked about this, they built a ship that is exactly like the ship from the first movie.
The Nostromo.
The Nostromo. And it's like the Marigot, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And they're basically bringing specimens to Earth, and the ship crashes and the specimens get out. What happens when the alien comes to Earth?
But now there's three different. But now there's like three different like robots. Like what are they called? There's cyborgs.
There's cyborgs,
synthetic
synths, and the new one is what you call it? Oh, they're
Hybrids. Yeah.
Hybrids. There it is.
And it's just like they do a very, very good job. Almost it reminded me of how like Superman did a very good job with their crawl in the beginning, kind of setting you up with what this world is. I can't wait until you watch the pilot because I was like, oh, this is fucking fascinating.
They showed the entire pilot.
They showed the entire pilot.
My
an
only
hour.
worry about it is that, again, it was good. It was loud. Will it have the same effect at the crib? Because when the sound is booming in your body and the aliens coming through, it's a little different than being at the crib with your regular sound system. But it was still, like, I think.
But also, like a Jomi problem. Sounds like you should visit your local Best Buy and maybe endeavor to upgrade. Because at my house, we got the sound bar, we got the joints.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a problem.
The thing that also excited me, besides like all of the new robots, is like, Noah Hawley's like, nah, I'm making new aliens. Like, it's not just our regular joints. There's one scene.
Oh my God.
Oh,
There's
Jesus.
a neck scene with a neck alien that I just closed my eyes. I was like, I can't fucking do that.
Yeah, it was gross.
It's tough because like the xenomorph is such a classic and like really like you can't really top that design for a scary monster, and like you really kind of have to just like kind of use your creativity to make something new and devastatingly scary. And I think they really did it in this pilot. I'm really, really intrigued about where they put the world around the sort of like mega corporations of Earth. There's like three that you have. You have Whaley and Yutani, but then you also have two more. And a lot of this story is based on another one that's also interested in this specimen that lands to Earth.
Yeah.
That is clearly like intellectual property of Whaley and Yutani, but there's still going to be a fight for this.
All right, Tron Ares, another panel that I missed. So everyone knows, I had to go back to LA Friday to do some work. Then I had to come back. So the Friday panels, I was not there for them.
Right.
But Tron is one that I really wanted to see.
So-
fucking Tron, man.
All right,
I
you
was at
wanted
this
to see
panel.
Tron?
I like Tron.
You like Tron?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Jeff
like
Bridges.
Tron.
Tron is of my era.
I can't
the
fuck with
original
Tron.
Tron, the
Really?
Tron Legacy. I
don't
love
fuck with
Tron.
I've said this before on Mint Edition. I think that like as far as a franchise goes for like pure vibes, it has to be Tron.
All right.
And I can never be mad at it because if the vibes are immaculate, that's all I need.
That's great.
Y'all need more Jared Leto in your
Same,
life.
Listen,
same guy who don't like Jurassic Park, by the way.
I was at this panel. This might be awesome. I'm sad to say. The music's incredible. They showed two set pieces that were chase sequences, both on the grid and in the real world. They showed these great light cycle chases, like when you've seen in the trailer where the cop car gets chopped in half. That's an extended sequence that we got to see. And then another one inside of the grid that was basically like a hybrid jet ski chase with a bunch of other different programs that Jared Leto was saving somebody.
Visuals.
Amazing. Really good. It was a tough thing to beat with Legacy because those are really like groundbreaking visual effects in my opinion.
Kaczynski.
Yeah, and I think that like they really capture a lot of what you want from a movie like this. We'll see how good it is, but I'm sad. This is incredible.
All right, Predator Badlands. Jomi.
That was, I had a blast in there. So Dan Trachtenberg is the guy who's in charge of the Predator universe right now. And he directed Prey. He did Killer of Killers. Now the new
Prey
movie.
was fantastic.
Prey was fantastic.
Prey was fantastic.
Killer of Killers, fantastic.
Great.
And he's looking to hit the trifecta with Predator Badlands. We saw the first 15 minutes, unfinished, like VFX still, like there's still some like temp stuff in there, but it was still pretty awesome. I think the thing that got me the most interested in this project that comes out, I think in November, is that he mentioned this like 1,000 times, and it was, he wants us to be like, see the emotion in the Predator, right? The Predator always loses. That's the whole ethos of the character.
Killing machine.
Exactly. What if we found a Predator with some humanity, right? There's a scene, I don't want to spoil it, but like you can see the Predator's eyes and like something happens and they go, oh my gosh, this thing just happened. I can't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, am I feeling for the Predator right now? Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, it was incredible.
Did they announce at that panel that they're adding? I heard they're adding Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny
to
Glover.
the Hulu movie.
Right. So at the end of Killer Killers, like spoiler
Spoiler
alert,
alert.
like they they take people who have beat predators, and they pluck them out of time, they cryo freeze them to come back, and they can like have like this big battle royale.
Because the predators want to face the apex predators.
Exactly, right? So they took the character from Prey. At the end of Killer of Killers, you see her, and you go, oh, I know that from the other movie, and they cut to black. On Friday at 7, they updated it, and so later, it starts on her, and then it goes to Danny Glover's character from the first Predator, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's character.
Predator 2.
Predator 2, sorry. And Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator. And you're like, oh, snap, now they're in this universe. They're probably going to have to come together and fight in like
They
another.
old as shit.
Yeah, well, they're not old. They're old now, but
They,
they're not.
they take them in the prime.
Yeah,
Oh, they
exactly.
take them in their prime, so
Yes.
they,
Yeah.
it's going to be, they're going to be young.
Right.
It's not present day
It's not
Schwarzenegger.
President
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger.
I was about to say, man.
No,
That's going to be tough.
They showed it. It's very much like right from the movie.
Predator 2 is a sublime, ridiculous little sequel.
It's so dumb.
The Predator in Los Angeles. Danny Glover is a cop. Bill Paxton's in it. Like, it's the whole thing. It's like the sublime little insane movie.
Before we get to Peacemaker, can I just do a little Weeb weekend corner?
Later.
Later?
Yeah. Because you're going to take up a lot of time with this.
No, I want to talk about the Demon Slayer panel.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's here.
All right, it's all right.
It's coming up. We got Peacemaker, and then we got 2 more. And then you can get into K-pop. What is it called?
K-pop
Demon
Demon
Hunter?
No.
They've been on your head for that.
What is it?
They've been coming.
They've been coming for you.
Watch K-pop Demon Hunter.
Is it? Oh, so it's not K-pop Demon Slayer?
No, Demon Slayer is
Hunter.
different.
That's a different
Demon
thing.
Slayer is different from
Yes.
K-pop
Yes.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Hunters.
BTS Demon Hunter.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
All right.
Come on,
Because
brother.
I don't want to step on this. Peacemaker panel.
All right.
It's all you, big dog.
Come on.
So we were there for the Peacemaker panel.
Yes.
The Peacemaker panel honestly kind of felt like the headliner from Hall H on Saturday.
Yes.
It was terrible. It was annoying. It was too much. There were too many actors on stage to me. They brought the whole cast out. It was the panel. It was a panel to me that everyone's still in the glow of Superman, but they seem to be more interested in their interplay and being scamps than they were about really telling us why this season of Peacemaker is important. A season of a show that isn't unimportant. This Peacemaker has a lot to do. They're marrying 2 different multiversal versions of Peacemaker. They're finishing up the old guard of the DCEU and pivoting to the DCU, and it's a sequel to Superman. And it felt like that was a lot less important than whatever fucking hijinks they were getting into on the stage.
Does James Gunn have a little? We've been talking about this, especially last episode. Some dip on the chip, rightfully so. Superman has done amazingly well. But when I went to like the Alien Earth panel or I went to the Demon Slayer panel, those panels did such an amazing job of like selling us on like, you need to be excited about this. Like, especially in a year where DC and Marvel don't have a big presence, like we're coming to you. And I'm like, I left, even like, though I didn't go to Project Hail Mary, I asked all of you, what did you think? And you guys were like, oh my gosh, this. Leaving Peacemaker, it almost seemed like they were like, y'all are gonna love it. We don't really gotta pitch you on it. And that was a weird type of like energy to me.
They made sure to tell us that like it's a month after Superman, that Peacemaker's got the QUC,
Yeah.
which is like the quantum unfolding chamber in his house where he can go through all these different multiverses, and that Hawk Girl, Guy Gardner, and Maxwell Lord will be in the first episode, as we saw in the trailer, but that there are more Superman characters that could show up in this season. So like they gave us like some interesting information, but to your point, it was like they were like doing a live group text chain that we're not a part of.
It was annoying. It was the
And-
worst
right.
parts of a James Gunn movie.
And it also seemed like John Cena to me is like, you could tell just because he's been doing this for so many years, he is really, really good at working the room.
He
And
genuinely
some-
was great at this panel.
He was great, but
Yes.
it felt like James Gunn almost was like trying to match him, and I'm like, yo, James, it's fine. Let John Cena work the room. Like, you don't gotta be as funny as Cena.
And we all know that like selling us on these things, like you gotta have like banter, and there's a lot of these questions that are thrown at a lot of talent, and sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. But sometimes something about the chemistry of this panel really felt off, and I really took offense to like them kind of like shitting on Tim Meadows for a second about how he like kind of lucked, like it seemed like he lucked into this part according to James Gunn, and like they were desperate for people, and he was talking about how they auditioned like 300 people, and then on a whim he just called Tim Meadows. I'm like, why are you disrespecting me?
In the past, I would have taken this opportunity to say that maybe this was a sacrifice take, because of everything that happened, you were like, yo, man, why they treating Tim Meadows like this?
No, I love Tim Meadows. What are you talking
I
about?
know
What's
that-
wrong with Tim Meadows?
I like Tim Meadows.
Tim
too.
Meadows
Who
is
doesn't
awesome.
like Tim
But
Meadows?
at one point, not at one point watching the panel was I like, damn, they being too hard on Tim Meadows. But you know what, Steve? I've come to realize you care.
I do.
You care.
I respect Tim Meadows.
You care. And Tim Meadows was essentially the Geordie LaForge of Saturday Night Live.
Hey, all right,
So,
Ladies Man sketches were
Jesus
great.
Christ.
No,
all right,
no. The Ladies Man sketch was great. And the Ladies Man movie
amazing.
is hysterical.
Amazing
That's a
movie.
legitimately hysterical movie.
Yes.
Oh man.
Movie. So the Ladies Man, the Ladies Man was taken. We get to Demon Slayer. Hold on.
Why are we
Quick
talking about
ISO
ladies,
on
man?
Ladies
Hold on,
Man.
wait,
Wait.
The Ladies Man was taking
They
calls.
gonna kick us out.
The Ladies Man was taking calls on the show. And the guy was like, hey, man, I don't know. I think that I'm kind of starting to like to watch my roommate in the shower or something like that. And the Ladies Man went, you suffer from a condition called Homo erectus, where your wang becomes hugified for a man and not for a woman. Jesus
Christ.
It's such a stupid joke.
Oh my god.
It's very of the time. It's very of the time.
But it was very
Oh
of
my
the time.
God.
Yeah, it's
Y'all
very
are
of the
not-
time.
It's so funny.
Y'all are not serious.
It is
It's a
so
lot.
funny though, bro. The movie, that's a funny ass movie.
And that's the kind of respect that I think Tim Meadows demands at the Peacemaker panel.
Also,
Fair
I just
enough.
want to say something that's very funny that I'm noticing. I feel like some people are taking photos of us, and you could tell the ones that are Midnight Boys fans.
Yeah.
And then the people are just like, I'm gonna just take
Like,
photos
we're
just in case.
We're really in a fishbowl right now.
I'm looking at it. I'm like,
These
There was an
niggas is
old,
somebody.
there was an
This
old
is-
white woman, and I was like, yo,
this all white couple. And I was like, I mean, y'all not in the demographic.
Last thing before we give Charles a much needed and deserved Weeb clear out. Last thing I'll say about the Peacemaker panel is there is a part of me that maybe believes that there are things in this season of Peacemaker that they didn't want to talk about. That there are so many surprises that essentially they were comedically filibustering while they were on stage, trying to give us a lot of empty calories because they know that what's going to be in the show is going to be a lot of the protein, and they just can't give it to the audience. They hint at
And
it.
if James Gunn is going to do one thing, it's not going to talk about anything that he doesn't want to talk about ever.
Right.
So
and it did also seem like this season is kind of laying a framework for the DCU. Like they reveal, like they're going more in depth into the room that Peacemaker's father had with the 99 universes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I would not be surprised if James Gunn is like, the more we reveal, like that's the actual secret sauce of this thing.
Right. Last thing before we move. Hey, man, y'all don't treat soups like that.
What happened with Suits?
Wait, what happened? You texted the group chat, but you didn't give any details.
So we were at the Project Hail Mary, because we're sitting in the front. We're at the Project Hail Mary panel. And then between them, the Peacemaker panel is directly after it. Like literally like 15 minutes, like directly after it. And so they came and they cleared out the press situation. If you didn't have a ticket, then they made you leave.
Yeah.
And Soups is right there. And I guess he has people bringing tickets. It's him and two other guys, and they're all wearing like Soups merchandise.
Yeah,
Like,
like
we
he's
didn't-
part of the
uniforms
crew.
on, yeah.
part of the crew. We didn't wear like things that said, "Hey, we're the Midnight Boys."
We should do it next
Maybe.
time.
next
Hell
year.
no.
Next year.
Next year we should do that.
Hell yeah.
Midnight hats.
Yeah.
Midnight glasses or whatever. And the lady was like, the guy, he was like, "Hey, I got somebody." She was like, "Get out. Get the fuck out."
Oh, you made it sound like they manhandled Soups out of the
They
theater.
didn't manhandle him. The lady was just like, "I don't care. Get out." And this is as people are coming up to him to take pictures and stuff like
Right.
that. She was like, "Oh, he must be somebody." He leaves and she goes, "Is he somebody?" I was like, "Yeah, he's like somebody." And she was like, "Oh, he doesn't have a ticket."
Yo, shout out to the Comic-Con staff. Them
They don't
motherfuckers
give a
have not
fuck.
been
Hey,
playing, bro.
the lady with the bullhorn.
Oh my
outside,
God.
she was not playing no
Like
games.
there was
no.
one dude who's just like, I think it was Arjuna. He's like, all right, bags open. You know, I see guns in this shit. He's like, not here. That's at baseball games. It's not here. I was like, all right, dude.
Charles, go for it. Demon Slayer. We're going to come back to Coyote versus Acme and let's give Steve a clear out there.
All right, just
But
really
Charles,
quick. I've
yeah.
just had the best Weeb weekend ever. Shout out to everybody who said hi to me. You know, my waiters at dinner saw me reading One Piece. They like, hey, yo, you like One Piece? Da-da-da-da, talking about power scaling and shit.
Hold on.
What?
You went to Comic-Con
Yeah.
and you read One Piece
Yeah.
at dinner.
Well, you know, I was eating by myself and I'm like, dog, I'm
some
about
light
this
reading
shit.
it.
I was going to the Crunchyroll
What's
party.
wrong? You can't do some reading.
Why not?
That was for people to come up to him, and that's what.
All right.
Is this the performative man contest? It was like the performative weeb contest?
I can't read at dinner while I'm waiting, bro.
We was on vacation one time. It was me and two other people that were slightly notable. We were chilling, and then one person went, "Yo, man, I'm gonna go walk through the thing to get some more drinks for everybody. We get drinks for everybody." And that was so that people could stop him and be like, "Yo, I fuck with you, I love you, whatever."
Wow.
You was doing the
He was
weeb
fishing.
thing at
He was
dinner.
fishing.
For One Piece
You was
fans?
fishing because
All
you
right.
knew that it was you. That
All
was
right.
a weeb signal, not a bat
weeb-
signal,
the weebs.
but a weeb. You put
What
a
would,
Alright,
weeb
it
signal
what would be
in
the
the
weeb
sky.
signal in the sky? What would that look like?
Big anime titties.
Big anime
I
titties.
was
Yeah,
thinking
that's
the
how it
same
goes.
thing.
So
But here's
I'm over here.
I will say it did feel like I was like Charlie Day on Always Sunny or like Kramer on Seinfeld because I was having all these side adventures. I didn't even tell you all this. Shout out my man Tyler at Crunchyroll. I was at the Crunchyroll party and at one point I turned around. They were like serving drinks, serving food, and a man's pants were on fire.
What?
Yeah, because he was like serving food, and you know how they have like the like the Bunsen burners. Like I guess like the wind had blown, so literally he's like taking off his pants.
Oh my God.
And like now there's fire on the fucking fake grass. People are like stomping it out, and I'm like, oh shit, the Crunchyroll party is lit.
Literally.
what kind of sick weeb shit y'all got going on?
They did not
over
do
there?
this on purpose, clearly.
That looks
not
like
a
something
bit.
that
Not
would
a
happen.
bit.
That's something that would happen in an anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
I
the waiter
had
can't.
so many adventures with my weeb friends. We was at the Demon Slayer panel. The footage we saw, bro. This movie, I wasn't sold on it before I went, but dog, I'm activated. Tanjiro's voice actor was there. It was Steve. You were there.
I was.
What did you think of the footage?
So no, it was kind of overwhelming because of the fact that like we were in the press pool for this.
Yes.
And the crowd was a lot of fans and press. Like the excitement might have been the biggest like
It was
amount
the
of
biggest-
excitement
they
I've
were-
seen all con.
They were screaming for everyone. Lisa, this singer, came out. She performed twice. I was like, oh,
Lisa from Blackpink?
No, not that Lisa. It was a
there's
different
another-
Lisa. Tough break for that other Lisa,
Come
but
on
like
now.
yeah.
Tough break for her.
Oh,
Why?
wait. So you know Lisa from Blackpink, but you don't know K-pop.
He watched White Lotus.
Demon-
He saw
Watch White Lotus.
He saw White Lotus.
Plus, I know a little bit about. I know very basic. I mean, BTS was on.
You know Jimin?
He was
Yeah.
in BTS, right?
Yeah.
BTS was on Saturday Night Live dancing in shifts. They couldn't all
Yeah, 'cause there's
share the
60 of them.
stage of the same time. Members of BTS would dance. They would get off stage. Then other members of BTS would come in and they would dance.
Yeah.
I'm like, why you need 13 motherfuckers in the group? 5 members of BTS. Okay, so Demon Slayer panel though, good. You guys,
like it was
Good.
after Alien Earth, like Demon Slayer. I cannot wait until this movie comes out.
When's it
looks
come out?
incredible. When does it come out?
It comes out in September.
September,
You get
yeah.
tickets in August. I think the big like vibe from this is like it's they bring out the filmmakers who are all Japanese and then 2 voice actors, one Japanese and one for the English dub. And not to say that the panel's like very clinical, but like they're very like formal and polite because it's being translated in both English and Japanese. So it's like the most efficient panel about selling you on the movie, how we're very passionate about this.
Yep.
Here's 15 minutes from the movie, which look incredible, and we're gonna give you a performance, and then we're out.
like 15 minutes of the movie was good.
The 15 minutes of the movie, tears to my eyes. That's some real animation out there.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Hell
what
yeah.
I look for. But Coyote versus Acme,
Okay.
how was that, Steve?
Honestly, this might have been the best vibes all weekend.
Really?
Yes. Coyote vs. Acme has now has a release date after it's since been canceled from Warner Brothers as like one of the other movies that were like a part of like a tax write-off culling, basically like Batgirl and some other films. Now it's been acquired by Ketchup Entertainment, and now it has a release date. So now they have this panel that they have at like 10 a.m. yesterday that I was at, and it was moderated by Paul Scheer. All of the cast came out, and it was just basically a wacky, fun Looney Tunes celebration of the fact that this movie gets made. And regardless of how well we may or may not have liked it, it felt like a win. It felt like a thing that was clawed back from a corporation, and they played into this for the panel where like they don't say Warner Brothers, they say Acme tried to shut this movie down, and they had like one of the characters in the movie like be a fake lawyer serving them papers, like trying to shut the panel down, and it's very playful and very fun. We saw some great footage of it. It just warmed my heart to know that this movie is coming out and it exists and it's not going to be lost to time.
Well, I'll say this. There were a couple of different projects that were these write-offs befell them. Right? Batgirl. A couple of different things that they were looking at doing. This one, though, seemed like it landed differently with people. We didn't see Batgirl. We don't know how good or how bad Batgirl was. But look, our hearts go out to the actors and the creators behind it. I'm not saying that. However, when they decided not to release this film, all I started hearing from people close to it was like, this is really funny and really cool, and you guys aren't going to get to see it.
Yeah.
So the rest of the stuff that kind of got the axe, it's not that people didn't care, but there was some thought that, okay, some of this is bad. But with this one, it seemed like there was creative force from inside the town that this movie would see the light of day.
And it was also finished. And I think a lot of people were just like, oh, there's goodwill and it's also finished.
Batgirl was finished as well.
Batgirl was finished, but I'm talking about the goodwill is the part to your point that it's like, hey, yo, it's almost a crime not to give people a chance to see it. But
we got, quickly, because we want to get to our panel, Star Trek Gen V and Bad Guys 2, which I have no fucking idea what Bad Guys 2 is.
the cartoon?
The cartoon.
I don't know what it is.
So I'll say one quick thing about Star Trek. Where's my camera? This one. It's never been more over than it has been for Star Trek right now. It's tough because Star Trek Strange New Worlds is ending after season 5, and they showed the new show, Star Trek Starfleet Academy. You think like the pluck you saw on Hawkeye and all this stuff was bad, brother.
This is the pluck apocalypse.
It might be too much for me, dog.
Too much for Jomi?
It might be too much for me.
God damn.
I sent this text in the chat, in the big Ringiverse group chat. They got a Klingon, a young teen black Klingon, and his name is Jade.
Oh,
yeah, wrap it up.
J-Den.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Like unironically.
Unironically.
Oh, it's racist.
I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, they're done. At once, like again, Strange New Worlds is gonna end in a couple years. This show's not getting 2+ seasons. We're done with Star Trek on TV for a while after this, man.
Who was at Gen V?
I was at Gen V with Mal. That was genuinely exciting to see where this second season is going to go. It felt a tad odd because there was a tragic passing of one of the cast members that was strangely not brought up at all at the panel.
Ever.
No, and we're not even really sure where that character is going to be in the context of this season.
You watch the trailer, it seems as if the character died.
That's the only context that we have that I gleaned from the panel. Yeah. But otherwise, it seemed quite exciting to know that like these kids are going to be in a pretty interesting like the buttoning of The Boys season 5 and season 2 of Gen V actually seems to be kind of harmonious because again, the ending of season 4 of The Boys, we had a lot of characters show up from Gen V. And this kind of has a bit more of the consequences from their side of the end of The Boys season 4. So knowing that these shows are getting a lot more interconnected is actually quite interesting, knowing that Boys is on its way out. And we got a pretty exciting first look at The Boys season 5 just for that panel. And it was really cool. It was bloody. It's going to be a great time in the season 5 of The Boys.
All right, so we have literally 6 minutes left.
Okay.
So we got to talk about our panel.
Blast.
Panel meet and greet.
Panel/meet and greet. Panel vibes, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yes.
They
Oh
showed
my
the
God.
fuck out.
Can
Shout
I
out
say,
to y'all.
I genuinely didn't know what the turnout was going to be. And we were like kind of like outside of the room, just like waiting to go in because there was a panel out there before us. And the room was pretty well full. And we walked in and we're like, oh man, like a lot of people here for this past panel. But we realized that like nobody else was leaving.
Yeah.
And they were all here for us. And it was really warming my heart to know that like we had a filled out room with
we had
all of you fans.
There was a bunch
legitimate
of a lot of
room,
kids.
Comic-Con signage, the whole deal. It was a ringer verse achievement.
Yeah.
Yes.
People
Arjuna,
brought their
appreciate
babies.
it. Thank you. People brought
A
the
lot of
babies
babies.
out.
A lot of
Yeah.
babies.
I mean, there was a baby at the meet and greet. I'm just like, yo, these babies growing
That
up as
baby was
Midnight Knight
that
fans.
baby was passed out.
There was a baby that was sleeping throughout the carnage of what was the meet and greet. The meet and greet got a little weird.
That was
The meet and greet got weird. Let's be honest. We appreciate everybody that came to the meet and greet.
love you all.
We appreciate everybody that came to the meet and greet.
Man.
Fan.
No. If you look,
It's
And-
a couple.
and we were there. We were there.
So
We
I
were
want to
there.
say something real quick.
All right.
So, by the way, if you're listening and you were at the meet and greet, man, we had fun with you.
Oh, we had a blast.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Thank
the
you so much
fans
for
were
coming.
so nice.
But I will say this. I would not do another meet and greet that was at a bar at night with alcohol and shit. Because
It's a dangerous
I would
combination.
do a meet and greet in daylight hours. Like maybe after the panel,
Right.
where everybody's chilling
So,
and we
let
all
me say,
sit around
someone said
talking.
something where I was like, all I saw was Van be like, all right, I'm out.
No. But
I
you
had
gotta
to break
remember. Gotta remember, he was already like, "Hey man, it's about this time. I gotta go, man." Like,
And
I'm
then, like, that
already
was the nail
mad.
in the coffin.
And that was the last straw.
Somebody came over and they said something. I'm like, I'm out, bro. That's it.
That's
I could not believe.
like it's like,
again.
I'm
we
just
love
gonna
all
say
of
what
you
was said.
guys.
I'm just gonna say what was said.
Don't.
No.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm just
Say
gonna
it.
say what was
Say it.
said. Somebody walked over to me. I was talking about to somebody else, and somebody at the meet and greet walked over.
I'm
and
right.
goes-
We're right there.
We're right
Yeah.
there, and goes, Van, I'm trying to get Jomi to have sex. This was like a older man, and by the way, that's cool. That's not trying to be. And I looked, and I'm like, I'm out.
It's
The
night is over.
I'm breaking out, man. I'm breaking out.
Like it's about that time. It's about that
Like,
time.
I'm breaking out. But when I tell you, man, the thing that I love so much about particularly the meet and greets, the panel was so great because the energy from the crowd. You guys know I love a crowd. I love to ham it up, all that. But to hear the varied stories of the fans of this podcast and then also the fans of this genre, it's always so inspiring to me how we're all so different, but we came to love the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a very important of the fellowship and the community that we've been able to establish here at the Ringerverse, but really the fellowship in the community that's more widely represented at Comic-Con, right? To where your weirdness is actually, what people perceive as your weirdness, but your weirdness is actually your badge. The badge that you wear on your chest is just so they know whether or not you try to like blow up Comic-Con. But the actual badge that you have for Comic-Con is the experiences and the off-kilter interest that you've had for an entire lifetime. And there's a feeling of that while you're here. And that's like pretty awesome. And I got that at the meet and greet.
I
from
will
all the
say,
people.
I will say at the meet and greet, what was really special is I think sometimes we forget because we're coworkers and friends and you're just in the studio just like grinding that this is what people listen to when they're washing dishes. Somebody was like, this is what I do when I'm working, delivering mail, all this shit. And it's like they're telling you, they're bringing up stories. They're like, I was listening to the Black Superhero Draft doing this and that. And you forget that you're part of people's lives in this very impactful way. So it really touched my heart. I know, I could be, the hater or whatever, but the amount of people who came up and were just like, you guys don't realize how much the Ringerverse has changed my life, really touched my heart.
People consistently came up to us and were like, "Thank you, man. Thank you so much for making me laugh. Thank you so much."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, I mean, thank you for listening. We wouldn't
Yeah,
be
for
here
real.
if you guys weren't liking, subscribing, like listening on your way to work and the whole thing. Like, thank you so much."
It
for all that
sounds
you
like
guys
this
do.
that like it really, really makes it feel like we're doing something. And like to know that like so and so got us through this time in their life, or like even just through a hard day, it really, really touches my heart every time that we
But
get
I
to
will
talk to
also just say
people like
this.
that.
Yo, Mal is a fucking G. Cause like, she had a line. I was trying to say hi to Mal and Joe the whole time. I was like, you know what? I'll catch up with y'all later.
Well, Mal and Joe not trying to get sick for y'all.
No.
Like Mal and Joe are like, yo, we got a line coming. Come say hi, peace, hand sanitizer, we out.
Nah, the Midnight Boys with the people.
So we literally have
Like 1 minute left.
45 seconds left.
Anything you want to get off your chest? 45 seconds left.
I do not, but I will say that next year is going to be a motherfucker.
Hell yeah. We coming back?
We coming back.
We got to come
Yeah.
to that, bro. That's gonna be like what probably the weekend Brand New Day comes out, and then Doomsday's coming out in December with Doom. All that, come on, brother. We're going to be cooking.
All right, that is a wrap. Thank you to everyone we said hello to this weekend. Thank you to Arjuna for all the work that you did to put this.
Thank you, Arjuna.
Thank you to the Alien Earth activation.
Yes, thank you guys
for letting us kind of be in this room. Our producers are Aleya, Zenieris, Jade, Whaley, Jomi Adeniran on socials, hashtag Jomi the Con King, and additional production from Arjuna Ramgopowell. Chap, take us out.
San Diego Comic-Con is a wrap. Where will the Midnight Boys be next? If you come to a meet and greet, please don't ask if Jomi's having sex.